Buenos días y buenos a todos. Good morning and welcome, everyone. Welcome to a community dedicated to providing spiritual tools for living a happy and full life. My name is Karina Shearer, and I am the spiritual director and founding minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. If you would like to join us for the live Zoom meeting, please contact me for the link and the password. Today is Sunday, January 8, 2023. Our annual theme this year is Living Out Loud. The topic for this month is Root and Reboot. And the topic for this week is the universal voice. The suggested reading for this month is Living the Science of Mind by Dr. Ernest Holmes. Each week, we open with a spiritual practice called affirmative prayer, and this is also known as spiritual mind treatment. It's a powerful tool and a practical tool that shifts our consciousness so that we are open and available to accept the good that is already present in our life. It aligns our thoughts with all good. So let's move into today's service with intention, as we do each week, with a reading from the Creative Thought magazine. And today I'll be reading from January 5th, 2014. Just a reminder, spiritual mind treatment is always done in the first person. So I invite you to close your eyes and take these words as your own, if you so choose. Spirit, infinite intelligence, God, ultimate power, light, choose any name, illumines all. This light shines within everyone of this world. This light, too, illumines me. It moves and has its being in me as me. This light is my light now. I rest in the knowing that I am the light and that I am light in action. As I glow in divine radiance, so does this orb called Earth. I know my word has the power to make manifest that which I truly desire. I align my consciousness with good so that I may see my inner light and view more clearly my greater ideals. I speak with authority. I claim my truth, peace, understanding, and love as the center of my being. I awaken to this realization. I become immune to anything unlike wholeness. Duality does not exist. I live as authentically as I know how to. I live consciously with authenticity, knowing that more good is revealed through me with each breath. I gratefully accept these gifts as they are given, and I release them into the universe. Thank you, Spirit, and so it is. And that was originally submitted by Reverend Jackie Edmonston from Arroyo Grande, California. So, as we do each week as well, let's together review our purpose, vision, and mission statements. And we have a grand purpose here each week, and that is to awaken and celebrate diversity and to love and serve our community. We do this by means of our vision, creating the life you desire. And this is supported by our mission to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. So here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta, we honor all faiths, all paths, all traditions. And we practice and study the philosophy of the science of mind, where we are all part of the one. So we honor all diversity in all its ways, whether it be your size, color, age, cultural background, your sex or beliefs, all religions, all types, all people. You are all welcome here. So thank you for showing up here today to share this time together. As I mentioned, we teach a philosophy called the science of mind, and it's a teaching based on new thought and ancient wisdom. And so we honor diversity in all aspects so that we can see and appreciate the great oneness that already exists everywhere and within everyone. And we offer spiritual tools and principles to promote our personal growth. And one of these tools we already experienced this morning with our opening spiritual mind treatment. When Dr. Ernest Holmes studied both Eastern and Western spiritual texts, he founded this teaching in the 1920s. And when asked to provide a concise definition of the science of mind teaching, he had replied that it is a correlation of laws of science, opinions of philosophy, and revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations. So each week we offer a service with an inspirational message. And we are now meeting Sundays at noon on Calle Venezuela, number 232 on the rooftop. Hang out with us afterwards for some great conversation with like-minded people. If you have any questions or comments, you can either post them online wherever you are watching this replay, chat with me in person, or send me a direct email and I'll be sure to respond. So all around the globe, there is one song playing, the song of life. Begin your day recognizing your connection to this one life, one love, and through this, hear yourself through the divine voices of all those around you. So this year, we are again examining the fundamental principles of the science of mind. And we are focusing on the universality of this teaching, with the emphasis on the truth that we are not only spirit, but also in spirit. As we remember our divine essence, we take our rightful place by taking personal responsibility for our actions, while extending generosity and compassion to others. We deepen our practice for the benefit and enrichment of the whole of humanity. As God is, so am I. This is one of the fundamental truths of our teaching. And each one of us is divinely connected to that one source, that one light, that one divine intelligence. And traditionally, our teaching has focused on the power of the individual. And this has led to some to criticize us as being self-centered and unconcerned about our neighbors. But Dr. Ernest Holmes spoke very clearly that as I am, so are we all. Our goal is to realize not only our own individual power, but to see and work in concert with that same power that exists in and through everyone. Our teaching tells us to not only live in conscious awareness of the law of cause and effect, as we think, so we experience, but also in alignment with that preeminent truth that all is love. We know that the love that is spirit is always for our good. Rather than place human imagined limits on that good, we accept with faith that there is a bigger idea in the I am, and prepare ourselves to receive that good in the best form for us. Actually, we act and respond in kind from that place of love, that place of a greater idea. Dr. Ernest Holmes wrote in the Science of Mind textbook, "The great love of the universe must be one with the great law of its own being. And we approach love through this law. This, then, is the teaching, love and law. As the love of God is perfect, so the law of God also is perfect." We must understand both. He says everyone is a potential Christ, and everyone has inherent God power within. It's that Christ consciousness that is within each and every one of us, whether we know it or not. Reminding ourselves of the tenets of our faith remains critical to our ongoing growth and development. Dr. Ernest Holmes maintained that we are to remain open at the top. In other words, his hope was for this teaching to evolve and to grow, as it is the way of the world. By rooting ourselves in the fundamental spiritual laws of life itself, we have an opportunity to apply these teachings to our lives as they are lived today, bringing ourselves into alignment with our teaching, which supports us in rebooting ourselves in 2023 so that we can live our life out loud. Dr. Ernest Holmes uses the book of Job in the Old Testament to describe the difference between living from the ego self and living from the divine self, or as he says, the divine incarnation in all people. Job thought he had an ego separate from the thing itself, he wrote, and he got into all kinds of trouble because of this. He was on his own and finally ended up in sackcloth and ashes. And his wife told him that he may as well curse God and die. But at this point, Job remembered something, that there is an integrity to the soul, a reality to the spirit. With this deeper self-awareness, this spiritual identification, he reached back through himself to the cause of everything that is and discovered God. And I'd like to share with you some of the declarations of principles from Living the Science of Mind. We believe in the incarnation of the Spirit in man, and that all men are incarnations of the one Spirit. The universal voice calls to all of us equally. It resides in and as who we are. We cannot help but experience it when we open our minds and our hearts to it. And as we do that, we begin to recognize that the same is true for everyone around us. As it is true of me, so it is of we. Our goal, then, is to see the world as one expression of the divine, like a moving, living, breathing kaleidoscope of color, all connected to that one single source. In the Declaration of Principles, Ernest Holmes wrote this: He who knows himself has come to know his Lord. So, whatever you choose to do today or the following day, begin by interacting with the spirit that is within the other. See a crying baby and its parent in the grocery store as divine beings, and recognize spirit in the eyes of a homeless person on the street. We are all reflections of that divine. In the Declaration of Principles, Ernest Holmes wrote this: "Make thyself to grow to the same stature as the greatness which transcends all measures." So Holmes says that everyone is a potential Christ and that everyone has inherent God power within. When we see ourselves as the Christ conscious potential, we are being invited into a realm of consciousness that is open at the top, in that it is infinite in its ability to express. This awareness moves us out of the traditional roles of hero, villain, victim, and into a world where we see each other as creators, collaborators, and coaches. And this is described in the 15 commitments of conscious leadership. We become spirit, working with spirit, co-creating a world that works for everyone. And this is a quote from the essay, Getting Along with People in Living the Science of Mind. This is the new birth that comes through a new outlook on life, a new way of thinking, a new sense of our relation to our environment, to the people around us, to ourselves, and to God. In this essay, Holmes wrote that the well-adjusted person is one who has been permitted to be an individual, but who has also learned to cooperate with others. He writes that our childhood conditioning can get in the way of that healthy outlook, and it can take years of therapy to unravel all of that. But he says that there is another way. Rather than dwell on the past, we can again look to spirit for the answer. And this comes by applying a new thought that today I am born anew. That principle knows nothing of precedent. Today is a new day. And today I align myself with the highest idea of spirit and vow to live from that. And each day I begin again. In doing so, I spiral upwards and begin to experience life as spirit. And here's another quote from the essay, Getting Along with People. If you want sunshine, step out into the sunshine. If you have locked yourself away in a dark closet, why not come out into the light? If you have been feeling that everything is against you and no one really cares for you, know that God is in everyone and meet the God in others and see what happens. So in this community, we practice singing that universal song of spirit. We practice this each and every time we gather by recognizing our own divinity and then seeing that in and through the eyes of those all around us. As we see the divine in the other, we practice making this world a world that works for everyone. So today, reach out to someone you don't know and say hello from your heart. Activate your divine curiosity by learning from your new friend how spirit shows up for them in their life. As within, so without. When we begin from the within, our world opens in magical ways. So I'll leave you today with this quote from Mark Nepo. Live loud enough in your heart, and there is no need to speak. And that takes us to our affirmation for this week. As God is, I am, we are. And so now it's our time for mindfully giving back where we are spiritually fed. Donations are gratefully received through PayPal or Tithely on our website, www.cslpv.org. Once you arrive on the landing page, you will see the buttons for either PayPal or Tithely on the front page. Alternatively, they are also posted on the web page for the replay of each of these Sunday talks. Alternatively, if you still like to write out a paper check, you can do so by addressing it to CSLPV, number 403, 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, V1Y8N1. And your donations help to continue this teaching here in the Center in Puerto Vallarta at the Center for Spiritual Living PV. We also donate annually to one of the local communities, and that is the women's shelter here in the Banderas Bay. So please know that your donations are passed on to other surrounding areas and to help keep this center alive so that we can keep sending out this message to everyone and helping those all around us, in addition to ourselves. So please give generously. And so now, if you would like to join me in our offertory affirmation. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. So now for some announcements for this week. If you would like to have a one-on-one connection for a spiritual mind treatment to assist you in whatever you are going through, emotionally or spiritually or physically, or if you would like to experience more of what you are receiving, then please connect with me. And if you would like to commit to being a member of the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta for this current year, or if you would like to be on our board of trustees, please contact me so that you can be sent the current form. There are many benefits of belonging to a community, such as the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. And so you are also able to vote in what happens here at the center and keeping in touch with the greater organization through voting at our annual general meeting. And so it is important for you to have membership in order to receive a vote. And the greater connection that you have with being a member with a community such as this. So please consider membership. I'd also like to remind you to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook page. And if you're interested in learning more about the science of mind teaching, we will once again be offering the course, Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life, which will be held online. This 5-week course will be starting on Tuesday, January 10th. We are also starting the Essential Earnest Homes via Zoom tomorrow, and we have already started our first class for the Spanish version of Essential Earnest Homes, and that started yesterday, but you are still welcome to join us. So please contact me for further details on any of these courses, or let me know if there's another course or workshop or a book study that you would be interested in, and we can put those on our schedule as well. And what other? I think that's it for our announcements for this week. So in the meantime, let's continue practicing peace. We can each be a force for peace in our world all around us, and know that our words and our actions create ripples of peace all around us and beyond. Peaceful living includes acting with compassion, kindness, and consideration, and it also involves standing up against injustice. So may peace and love be with you. Blessings to all. Namaste.